Hello and welcome back to the land of SIKA, and we're still at war against the YARIAN'S, but that is actually about to change very, very quickly. I'm just going to be taking this town, and then I'm probably going to be making peace with them, because we now have a situation where the prouen are forcing our hand. We cannot really sustain ourselves against the prouen any further, because obviously beforehand, I basically made peace with them almost immediately. Oh, actually, wait a minute. Maybe, oh, you know what? Maybe I can eliminate the YARIAN'S. Okay. Maybe we can make this work. Maybe we can make this work, because here's the thing. When they first initially declared war against me, I took a look at the possibility of, making peace almost instantly again, and I would need to pay them 12,000 tribute per day. Obviously, that is not exactly what I wanted to do, so I decided, okay, you know what? Maybe I'll make peace with the YARIAN'S. But now it's reduced, the price. And maybe, just maybe, we're going to have a pretty decent time of things here. So the YARIAN'S, as you can see, they are willing to pay us 3,000, but obviously I would much rather just completely eliminate them. So that's exactly what we're going to try to do just now. So we're going to go into the siege. We're going to see afterwards what kind of, shall we say, what kind of state the YARIAN'S are in. And then we will make a decision based upon that, because obviously what we're going to want to do is we want to eliminate the YARIAN'S as fast and as, well, shall we say, efficiently as we can without losing too many of our own units. Because if we end up losing a lot of our own units, we're going to be in a really, really bad situation in general. So that's the reason. Anyway, hopefully this siege will go easy, and yeah, there we are. All right. So let's actually see what happens here. Hopefully I'm going to be able to make my way in there without too many difficulties. I am still a little bit injured as well, which is obviously a pretty big deal, because let's face it, if I do get eliminated, bad things will happen, but hopefully I won't. And we are going to be using the ladders. Indeed, the ladders. Come over here, please. Thank you. Can I place this? Can I do this before I actually get shot in the face? I might be able to. There we go. All right, great. Now, are the enemies actually going to be looking at me right now? Oh, I actually shot one. Wow, oh, that's surprising. Okay, let's actually have a look here. You're dead, sir? Got to be a bit careful here. I don't really want to. Oh, no. This is bad. Can I? Oh, no, this is bad. I'm going to jump. Yep, it's much better to jump, In those situations, in my opinion, it's much better to jump, take the 31 damage that I took from the fall, and then just move on, because as it stands, I would have died, in my opinion, if I had stayed there. So I'm really pleased that I was able to escape that situation, and I'm actually now just going to go over here. This guy's going to follow me, obviously. Oh, he... Really? Are you serious? You absolute imbecile. Oh, I really hate it when they do that. Oh, that is so frustrating. Anyway, never mind. Notwithstanding my own frustration with enemies that use the lightest, flimsiest shields ever, able to block our shot, now I'm going to fire upon our enemies from behind, and hopefully I will be able to do some decent enough damage so that we can clear a path for our forces. Hello there. There seems to be someone coming along there. No, it seems like they're not doing that any further. And I'm just going to shoot a couple of people that have just appeared. No, this is unfortunate, isn't it? Yeah, so YARIAN'S, as you might expect, they're not great when it comes to ranged combat. They primarily have thrown weapons, as far as I remember, so obviously that is something that we want to be a bit careful of. I mean, thrown weapons can be effective, but I think for the most part they're not that good in the YARIAN'S' hands. I feel like YARIAN'S... They're a good faction. They're a good faction, but they are obviously not as strong as others. And generally, I feel like their main thing is that they are very lightly armored. I don't know whether you've noticed that either, but they feel lightly armored to me. They feel like they can die very quickly and very easily from a variety of different things. And you can see right here, look at how easy these guys just go down. It's not even funny, really. If I could actually fire at people properly, though, and hit them in the knee, thank you. Yes, indeed. Yes. Can Can I please... Are you serious? Vegetable is shooting the floor right now. I'm not entirely sure why he's doing that, but yeah, he is. I'm a bit rusty, I gotta say. A bit rusty shooting with my bow at the moment. Nice. Okay, wait a minute, wait a minute. Maybe I can survive. I'd like to survive this if at all possible, but unfortunately there are a lot of enemies running by us right now. They are indeed retreating as far as I can tell, but obviously if they decide, they could easily swarm me and kill me right away. Yeah, this is exactly what I'm talking about. I'm gonna just have to run by here. Alright, very nice. Okay, so there we go. I think that's probably going to be it for our victory here. Amusingly enough, look at the amount of people that have been eliminated here. On my side, that is. We've literally only lost one unit to death. That is, to death. Everyone else is just knocked unconscious. And there's a lot of them. Don't get me wrong. There's a lot of them. You know, we got 121 that have been knocked unconscious. But if you think about that in comparison to the ratio of how many deaths we've had, it's actually amazing. Really, really lucky to have that. And hopefully my forces will be able to finish up everything here as we just speed through the rest of the siege. And that is another town that has been taken, which I am very pleased about. Because now what we're going to do, as I said before, we're going to take a look at the state of things. We're going to see what happens. And I'm just going to take a look, see if there's anything here for me. No, there isn't. Technically, I could take, as I said before, I could take these prisoners. I could sell them in the tavern if I wanted to, but generally, I just don't think it's worth it at the moment. The amount of time that it takes me to do that is just not worth the money that it gives me, in my opinion at least. You can obviously decide to do that if you want to, but for me personally, I'm just not going to do that. So let's actually just take a quick look. Alright, yeah. I think that it is definitely worth us taking a look at the prouen. Yeah, we could pay them 5,600. I think we could probably pay them 5,600. I think that's okay. I mean, I don't want to do that. Do bear that in mind. I don't want to do that, but it is a bit better than what I'm paying the Rablam. As you can see right here, the Rablam I'm paying 6,500. I'm paying 4,200 to the Woltus, and the Mogrians are basically paying me nothing. The Lamoka are paying me very, very small amounts as well. So I think I'm going to make peace with the prouen. This is purely for the fact that I just don't want them to take anything. I don't want them to take anything at all. So now we have pure peace of mind, and you can see here that the prouen are very, very close to attempting to take other things. Because obviously, look at this. We used to own Shennan, Zhejiang, as well as Tianlong, and now we don't. Because the prouen just decided to sweep over there very quickly and take all of it, which was somewhat uncomfortable. And now what we're going to do is we're going to just go over here and take this. We're just going to take this this little town over here. Actually, I would like to eliminate all of these vassals if at all possible, but that is going to be very difficult for us to do. Seems like the town has come under siege by this guy. Are you serious right now? Are you serious? I mean, there's basically no one in here, so I guess can't really, you know, can't really expect anything different, but I can't really do much about it. I mean, generally, I guess we could go in there and just allow my forces to place units inside. I guess they will do that, right? Yeah, a little bit, maybe. I'm actually not entirely sure. You know what? I'm going to disband the army for now. Gonna let those guys go off and do whatever they want to do. We're just gonna give this guy the ownership of the town. He owns a whole bunch of other fiefs in and around this area, so it's definitely gonna make a pretty big difference. And yeah, the only thing that we can do now is go over here, take the town. Oh, there's a lot of vassals. I'd like to actually fight them. I would like to fight them. We are really low in HP, but I really want to fight them. Mostly because I just want to get them out the way. but I'm not sure if I'm even going to be able to. They're so fast. Yeah, it's absolutely impossible for me to catch up. That is really, really sad. Maybe I can actually fight this guy? Maybe? No. Okay, apparently not. That is really, really weird. Alright, well, whatever the case, let's begin the siege, and maybe that large army of the YARIAN'S will actually come over here and attempt to deal with us, because he, I think he had, well, what was it, like 600 or something like that, or 400? Not entirely sure on the numbers. Ah, the Mogrians have now declared war on us. Okay, yeah, that's actually not even that big a deal, because as we know, the Mogrians are really, they basically have one fief, as you can see here. They have one castle. And that's it. And that's actually the reason why I decided to make peace with them, because they basically just had one castle. There was no point in us actually even trying to do anything there. And maybe my army is going to go and defend that town. I would very much appreciate it if you could defend it before it gets taken, sir. Thank you. Alright, it seems like he is going over there to do that, and we're now going to lead an assault against this last town of the YARIAN'S. They also have a castle, but obviously that is very much a case of, it's kind of a formality at this point, isn't it, for this kind of faction, especially, you know, at this point where we have just completely obliterated most of their forces. They're not really going to have the ability to stand up in a siege defense, especially in a castle, to defeat us. So hopefully we're going to also have relatively similar success here, because obviously this is very much a case of, oh, this is actually one of those, oh, wait a minute, maybe it's not. Okay, I was actually thinking it's a really, really good siege layout, but I think this might be a difficult one. Let's see what happens, actually. I'm a bit worried about this, to be honest. Yeah, this might be more difficult than I thought. Okay, yeah, this is going to be... yeah, this is going to be somewhat problematic. Okay, I'm just going to try and shoot these guys. Just going to try and eliminate them as best I can. And then we're just going to get up here. Wow, there's literally no one on the walls. That is so funny. What is actually going on here? They're basically just opening the door wide for me at this point. Very weird. I'm not entirely sure why they decided to do that, but okay. I guess I'm kind of happy about that. Really don't like the fact that they have been given maces. It's classic, isn't it? Yes, it's absolutely classic for the archers of an enemy faction to have weapons that are great at doing damage to high armored targets, which is exactly what your character's going to be at this point in the game, right? You know, they're going to... Yeah, your character's obviously going to have the... some of the best armor possible at this point, and generally you're going to take so much more damage from these archers as a result. But it seems like we're going to be fine. And... Oh, are you... What the... Get out of here. Get out of here. That's what you get. Okay, I can't believe he decided to interrupt us right there. That's not very nice. But whatever the case, I'm just going to continue firing. Oh, no, that was a nice hit. Okay, well... I think that's probably going to be it for my little foray into the archery nest here. We did clear it out, which I think is pretty good. But, yeah. Unfortunately, I don't think I'm going to be able to hit any more people from up top. So instead, I will just have to do it from down below. And we'll have to do it a little bit more up close and personal, I guess you could call it. Really wish, you know... Really wish there was a way that I could use, I don't know, like explosives or something like that. I mean, obviously explosives not in the form of C4, obviously. Not C4, but something rudimentary that would actually be in keeping with the time. Because I think that would be very, very, well, shall we say satisfying? You know, just to see a whole bunch of enemies just die at the same time. I think that would be kind of cool. But obviously, that's we're talking more siege equipment at this point. You know, we're talking more siege than, you know, like a grenade. We're not obviously talking about a grenade. We're talking about something like a, I don't know, like a catapult, but something a bit more explosive rather than a rock. But obviously, I don't think there is anything like that. But maybe in a mod sometime. That would be cool. These guys literally want to shoot me, and I'm just dancing around right here. Ah, I'm behind the tree. You can't shoot me. Yes, indeed. Oh no, now they've wised up to the fact that I was behind the tree. And now they're just thinking to themselves, ah, the tree, our mortal enemy. I know how you feel, guys. I know how you feel, because for me personally, a tree, especially in Mount and Blade, it has caused many a death. Let's just say that. It has caused many a death where I have literally been on my mount, riding through the forest. This has happened to me more in Warband than in Bannerlord, but, you know, you're riding through, and then all of a sudden, you have your horse rear up on its hind legs, and you think to yourself, wait a minute, what happened? I don't see anything in front of me, and then you figure out that this small piece of shrubbery is actually not clippable, and your horse can't run through it, and it then gets completely stopped, and then as a result, boom, headshot. And whatever is attempting to attack you, whether that be archer, crossbowman, or thrown weapon user, immediately kills you, because obviously you're stationary at that point. So yeah, that kind of thing has happened. Oh, actually, couch lancers as well. Couch lancers at the back. Yep, that can definitely happen too, and has happened. And that's why I'm saying the tree. The tree can be your mortal opponent if you allow it. And just like it was for these guys right here. Anyway, there we go. Not going to be advancing anyone right there. And we are otherwise very lucky to only lose 6 units, which I'm very pleased about. Okay, so should I even bother taking people prisoner any further, actually? Maybe it's not even worth me taking people prisoner right now. Maybe it would be better to try and cultivate good relations with some of these people so that they can potentially join us or become somewhat more enamored with us, possibly, so they might decide to do that or not. I don't know. Well, whatever the case, we're just going to slap a couple of units in there, and then go into the marketplace and sell some more things. Here we go. Wonderful amounts of money. And oh yeah, I didn't put 20k in the previous town. I should have put 20k in the previous town. Oh well, never mind. Most of the time, when you're taking towns now, at least if the town has been in possession of the same faction, or shall we say, one faction has had control over it for the entire game, you're probably not going to really need to do too many improvements to it. So me putting in 20k to Rana Yo's little managed town menu is not really necessary, or it shouldn't be really necessary. Anyway, we're just going to be moving on. Actually, you know what? I'm not going to move on right now. I'm actually just going to wait here for some time, just a little bit. And I'm just going to clear out a couple of our notifications here, and we're just going to give this to... I mean, this guy has a whole bunch, as you can quite clearly tell, so I don't really want to give him anything more. So I'm going to give Yu Chang this one, because he doesn't have a town. He just has a bunch of castles, and it's probably going to be really useful for him to have some more. So that's exactly why we're going to do that. All right. So now we're looking pretty good. The only thing I really need to do is take this castle, and I would really like to take it quite soon. You know what? I'd love to... I really wish I could send a messenger or something like that. That would really make a huge difference. Wait a minute, what's actually going on here? These guys... Wait a minute. Are you actually going to form an army? If you form an army right now, that is going to be hugely... well, not problematic, but it's going to be kind of annoying. Seems like he is trying. Whose army is this? Apparently it's apostrophe S's army. Apparently it's someone that doesn't have a name. That is very amusing. Alright, okay. Apparently we have the unknown individual, whoever it may be. Alright, well, the Mogrians are doing a rather annoying thing at the moment, where they are basically just raiding every single one of our villages in and around their territory. And of course, this used to be their territory, and so they are raiding their own people, which, in my opinion, doesn't really make much sense from a... I don't know whether you can call it logic, so to speak, but it doesn't really make any sense, because it's basically like... I don't know. It's like, they're killing their own people, basically. You know what I mean? They're raiding their own villages, well, former villages, and they're killing their own people. It doesn't make any sense to kill your own citizens just because the town is in control. I don't know. It doesn't really make much sense to me, but whatever the case, maybe, I mean, it makes more sense in terms of an economical standpoint. Don't get me wrong. It does make sense in that regard. But obviously, inevitably, you're going to be killing units, right? You're going to be killing people in the village. And that's the reason why it's kind of a bit weird to me. But, oh well, never mind. I guess can't really do much about it. But yeah, anyway, the point is, the mogrians are being kind of annoying. And we are definitely going to need to stop them. But stopping them is going to require me to deal with the YARIAN'S first, and that's exactly the reason why we are here, taking this castle. Well, there's a guy that went up there. There we go. Let's just try and eliminate him. There we are. Nice. Anything else? I'm actually wondering whether I should even bother going up here, because from my reckoning, there's not going to be anyone here. I could obviously pick up some arrows, which is going to be kind of useful, but apart from that, there's not really going to be anything useful here, as you can see. Wow, I actually hit someone from here? That is really surprising. Definitely wasn't expecting that. Alright, well, yeah, as I say, long-range shooting, it's kind of difficult to actually make that work, but I really love the way that the damage falls off. I don't know whether you've noticed in some of my other long-range shots, but I've had situations where I basically am shooting from very far distances, and in that time, I guess you could call it, in the time that it takes for the arrow to actually hit the opponent super far away from us, it has lost so much of its velocity that it actually does significantly less damage. And I like that. I actually like the way that that has been handled by the developers, because as it stands, obviously, you know, you don't think of these things in general. If you're like me and you're not really that well versed in the whole, you know, medievally weapons and how they work and so on and so forth, if you're not really, you know, knowledgeable about that kind of stuff, then you're obviously not going to know that. I mean, generally, I know that from, you know, for example, Sniper Elite. You know, I used to play a lot of Sniper Elite. I used to play it on the channel, in fact. I played Sniper Elite V2 way back on the channel. I think I still have a playlist, probably, of it, if you're interested. It is very far back, though, so obviously, you know, I'm different, and the production is different, and so on and so forth. But whatever the case, I know from that bullet speed and travel velocity and so on and so forth will slow down over a distance. So I would expect an arrow to, you know, act in the same way. So of course we do have that kind of similarity to it. So I do have that understanding of it. But the way that it is portrayed in this game is pretty well done, and I like that. So yeah, anyway, I'm just kind of saying good things are happening in regards to the arrow velocity, let's just say that. And otherwise we're just going to speed things up for the remainder of the siege. There we go. I'm not going to be promoting anyone for the moment. Alright, so 6 troops, are you serious? Yeah, they're really not going to do too well for us right there, but oh well, we can't really be too picky. We kind of just need to put some people in there, but obviously we're going to be making peace anyway, so I don't know whether it really makes that much difference. Okay, so there we go, we're done here. And now it's time for us to make peace, basically. Yeah, it's time for us to make peace, and that's exactly what I am going to do. So let's go over to the kingdom screen, and we will make peace for 1,000. They have nothing at all, so that's exactly what we're going to do. Boom, make peace with them. And I don't really see how they can come back from this. So I'm very much hoping that the YARIAN'S will just basically give up, and then their faction will be eliminated like the Yan dynasty was eliminated all those days ago. And I'm gonna highly assume, and now this is obviously a pretty, I don't know, I think this is kind of a guess, but I'm gonna assume very highly that the Lamoka will want to wage war against us. And I'm pretty sure they're going to do it, but I don't know when they're going to do it. It's kind of one of those things. I know it's going to happen, but the when is the big deal here. So that's obviously going to be a bit of a problem, isn't it? Yes, it's going to be a bit of a problem. So we're just going to give this to some people, and yeah, we that's the thing. I don't know whether we need to stick around here. Do we need to stick around here? Do we need to make sure that the Lamoka get the fury as soon as possible? You know, do we need to make sure that they are aware of how strong we actually are? That's the question. Do we want to declare war against them straight away? Because we are only at war against the Mogrians. And bear in mind, while the Mogrians are annoying, and indeed they are raiding a lot of our villages at the moment, as you can see, they've already raided 3 of them. It is not that big a deal. Maybe. Maybe it's not that big a deal. But on the other hand, I'm thinking maybe it's a good idea for us to take a little bit of time to restore ourselves, you know? Maybe it's a good idea for me to go back to my settlement, to spend a couple of our resources to build ourselves up a little bit more, and then go on from there. Maybe we want to I don't know, maybe we want to tackle some Dark Wave Knights. That might actually make sense. We have 44 of them, as you can quite clearly tell, in my prisoner's hold, but maybe we want more of them. What do you say? Do we want more of them? Yeah, let's go for it. Why not? Let's fight these Dark Wave Knights and see if we can capture a couple of them. I would love it if they would actually get attacked by another party, because then we could auto-resolve against them, but yeah, as it stands, we can't do that. So let's go straight on in and see what we can do. We're obviously going to be able to win this, or at least I hope we should be able to win this, but yeah, you know, sometimes that kind of thing happens. I'm gonna just basically wait here. That's it. I'm literally just going to wait here. I personally don't see a reason for us to put ourselves in jeopardy by moving our slow-moving archers all the way over to where the enemy is coming from, because they are indeed cavalry, as you know. You know, Dark Wave Knights are really fast, really mobile, and extremely highly armored. So obviously we really do not want to get in a situation where we are caught off guard. So us having this and being able to completely bombard the enemy is going to be really, really useful for us. Or at least I can only hope that to be the case. We're now going to be telling everyone to charge, because obviously we're going to need the infantry, we're going to need my archers to actually get their two-handeds out and so on and so forth. And I'm also, of course, going to be doing some damage too. Seems like my people have been completely, well, not completely useless, but they have not done that much damage to the enemy so far, which is, I mean, to be fair, the Dark Wave Knights are some of the most highly armored, some of the most difficult to kill units in the game, if not the most difficult to kill in the game. So I'm not really surprised that we're taking a bit longer to kill them. But I would have expected maybe a bit more, considering I have over 200 archers. 200 archers in my army. I don't think we actually have 200 archers on the field, though. Oh, we do! Oh, okay, we do. Never mind. Never mind. Definitely wasn't expecting that, but okay, there we go. We actually did achieve victory, thankfully. And let's take a look. We got 24 renown for that. That's not too bad. Obviously, as we have already reached clan tier 6, we don't actually get any more of that. We don't actually, you know, have another tier to advance to. But every single time you gain renown, you are getting additional troop capacity, as far as I can tell. Because you could see here, wait a minute, are we actually doing that? Oh, now I'm wondering whether I have just been thinking that in my mind, and that is actually not the case. Maybe I was a little bit delusional about that for a second. I really have no idea. But anyway, we did get 36 actually. 36 Dark Wave Knights, very nice. And we also gained a bunch of troops as well. I don't want to take these troops personally, but I am going to take them just because. Maybe I'll put them in my garrison in my settlement or something like that. Maybe they can be useful later on down the line. I don't really know. But we're going to take them, and we'll just put them in the settlement down there. Maybe they're going to be useful because, let's face it, as I say, the Lamoka will more than likely be declaring war against us quite soon, and then we're maybe, possibly, I don't think so, but maybe possibly going to need those reinforcements. So let's make our way over there. Let's see what's actually going on with the mogrians. Where are they actually? Oh, there they are. Okay, so there's the castle. I'm actually wondering why my forces haven't taken that yet, but I suppose it's because we are all in Yarian territory, right? Well, this person is all the way over there, but I don't think I see any other armies. Yeah, we are really going to need to do that. Okay, so yeah, look at what's happening now. Everyone is leaving the Yarians. Oh, they're actually coming over to us. There was someone that actually came over to us. That's cool. All right, I like it. I'll welcome them with open arms. Thank you. I very much appreciate that. Wait a minute, what's going on here? Yarians are no more. There we are. Okay, so they have been completely eliminated. That is really, really nice. Now, for me personally, in Bannerlord especially, I have not seen factions be completely eliminated. It is very rare for me to see that. I think I've only seen that one time, and then the rest of the factions just completely refused to be dissolved, even though they had lost all of their fiefs. I'm not entirely sure what even happens with that, but yeah, that's obviously in the base game and not in the mod. So maybe it's a mod thing that has come in, or maybe it's in 1.8, or I don't really know. But otherwise, we have this much in terms of our resources. Pretty nice. I can actually upgrade my marketplace once again, and we're just going to leave them there, I guess, and then we're just going to slap a bunch of units in there. Do we have anyone here that I could potentially take out that might be useful for us? Yeah, SIKA Knights, obviously. SIKA Knights are pretty good. Not amazing, but they are pretty good. But I won't be taking any of those because, I mean, why would I, right? Because obviously, as far as I'm aware, they may cause some problems with the game. I'm actually not entirely sure if they do, but I did receive a comment about that a while ago, so I'm kind of erring on the side of caution a little bit. Anyway, we just spent 76,000 on some broccoli. yeah, on some broccoli, and yeah, I'm actually going to be making my way over and eliminating the mogrians. But I think for now, that's going to be it for this episode. I thank you very much for watching, and I'll see you next time.